Just checking that everyone can see my presentation. So first of all, I want to thank Inblox Matic for inviting us, CoinCrunch as well, to this e-weekend. Very honored to be here and to speak with Sammy from Transact, Sunny, my colleague as well, and other innovative blockchain projects in the space. And today's topic is about blockchain payments and how we can increase adoption of such payment systems on different blockchains as well as existing blockchains. But specific to our presentation, for the purpose of our presentation, I'm going to be speaking more on how Kyber powers decentralized liquidity for payments on the Ethereum blockchain. So like how Sami explained earlier, for traditional global payments and finance systems, I'm sure a lot of you guys are aware that there are still certain disadvantages when it comes to adopting such payment methods. When you want to transfer money overseas, let's say from India to the US, it will go through multiple intermediaries. The networks that are, the incumbent networks that are available in the space right now are also centralized. They are owned or controlled by either government or a small group of companies, right? And there are a lot of costs involved because there are multiple intermediaries in the process that the user might not be aware of. When you transfer a certain amount of money, your friend or your customer on the other end might not get the exact amount, right? There's some fees that you need to pay in the process. So it's what we call like a black box process. And it's also very hard for people that want to, let's say blockchain companies that want to innovate in the space to integrate with these systems, because every jurisdiction might have a different system. So like locally in India, you have the UPI or Paytm systems, which are very efficient, but they are also still controlled by the Indian government with some centralized parties. And for banks where you do your lending or borrowing or transfer of money, the funds that are in the bank are not fully controlled by you. They owe you the money, what you have inside. But for example, if the bank goes bankrupt overnight, like what happened with the Lehman Brothers in the 2008 financial crisis, the money that you're owed, you might take years to get it back. So with the advent of Bitcoin and the blockchain technology, there's a new revolutionary financial system that has, is emerging, called decentralized finance. So you can just imagine all the different financial services and use cases that you are very familiar with right now: trading, payments, borrowing or lending, insurance, gaming. All these different use cases being on top of automated public code that anybody can verify. So all these different use cases are actually being processed in a way that disintermediates all the different centralized parties in between, and you have full control over your assets and funds. It's censorship resistant, meaning the money that you send, right? There's no counterparty in between that can just claim that you didn't send a specific amount. Everything is transparent on the blockchain. And it's also composable, allowing exciting innovations from different blockchain projects to work on all these financial services. So decentralized payments or finance on the blockchain requires decentralized liquidity. And what do we mean by this? It's the ability, at least from our perspective, we define it as the ability to actually easily exchange one digital asset for another on the blockchain without a large change in the market price. And the current problem in the space right now, for at least what Kyber is seeing, is that decentralized liquidity is scattered. There are many silos of liquidity from different projects or different sources, and it's hard to find the best rate without going to multiple websites, multiple applications and platforms. So what Kyber is doing is similar to how something was saying for Transact, he aggregates different fiat on-ramps together. For Kyber, what we are doing is aggregating multiple liquidity sources that are on the blockchain to provide the best on-chain rates and allow cryptocurrency exchange in different applications that integrate with us. As you can see on the left side of this slide, what we're doing is connecting different liquidity sources. Right now we have over 40 on-chain sources, aggregating all of them to give you the best on-chain rates, and any application that integrates with our technology gains access to these rates as well. To give you a real-life analogy, for example, if you want to buy a brand of coffee from a cafe in your neighborhood store, it might cost $5. But let's say if you go on to the next town, it might cost $4 or $3.50. And there are many different cafes selling the same brand of coffee at different prices. But if there's an easy way for you to actually aggregate, the place that sells it at the cheapest at that point in time for that quantity, you would definitely do it, right? Because it saves you time, money, and costs. So today, Kyber supports over 80 different tokens, all the popular USD-pegged stablecoins like DAI, USDT, USDC. We support it, and this allows us to offer endless possibilities when it comes to what can be used with our technology. Applications, e-commerce sites, crypto wallets, other exchanges, or lending or borrowing platforms in decentralized finance. Endless possibilities that can be used can use Kyber's technology for their liquidity needs. So before I go into different examples, are there any urgent questions so far?
No questions from me. I can hear you. I can hear you fine. Everything's
okay,
fine.
Great. Just wanted to check whether you guys can hear me.
Kyber only support ERC20 token. I replied yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there are going to be many questions which are coming on the site. You guys
Maybe
finish
I
your
can
stuff
answer
and
them
we'll have,
later.
yeah, we can answer them by the way.
Okay.
Or later on. Yeah.
I'll continue. So diving deeper into the different use cases, for the very basic use case that we see that is quite popular is for crypto wallets like Argent, Trust, Edu, Engine. They can just integrate Kyber and allow their users to swap between ERC20 tokens without leaving the wallet to a different website. So by just integrating Kyber, you immediately have token swap functionality in your wallet. For e-commerce sites that are selling T-shirts or non-fungible tokens, gaming items, you can accept cryptocurrency payments by integrating Kyber. So your users can actually pay in different ERC20 tokens, KNC, Matic tokens in future, and DAI stablecoins, and the vendor themselves, they are able to receive the token payment in the token that they prefer, because on the back end, Kyber is actually helping to swap between those tokens. For a more complex example, for index fund platforms or asset management platforms, with Kyber integrated on the back end, we are actually helping to rebalance the token portfolio for the fund due to our aggregation to different liquidity sources. So if the token fund requires a certain percentage of different tokens, they can maintain that percentage by using Kyber at the backend to swap between different sources. And today we have over 100 different applications using us. We have processed, since our inception in 2018, over US $1 billion worth of volume. We have done over 1 million trades entirely on the Ethereum blockchain. We're the most used project in DeFi in 2019. And we have the highest brand awareness according to CoinGecko's DeFi report. So how is Kyber actually able to achieve all these milestones so far? Just wanted to highlight some of our key features. One, of course, is that we are fully on-chain. So by building fully on the Ethereum blockchain, that means any transaction that occurs on the blockchain, we are able to abstract a lot of the complexities when people integrate with us. So multiple transactions can be just simplified into one single transaction from the end user's point of view, and it's all fully transparent and verifiable. Integration with DApps is also much simpler. because there are no off-chain elements that they have to interact with. And like I mentioned earlier, there's liquidity aggregation. So with multiple sources of liquidity, Kyber is able to connect all of them and give you the best on-chain rates. And lastly, we are able to connect also this diverse network of reserve types. Whether you're a token team that just did an ICO with your that wants to provide liquidity to the whole ecosystem of DApps, or you are a professional market maker, advanced developer that wants to have full control over how you buy and sell and market make for your tokens. We provide different technology and infrastructure that best suits your needs for providing liquidity. And both the takers and the liquidity providers have a way for them to interact with the DeFi ecosystem fully on the Ethereum blockchain.